Have you ever finished a meal at a restaurant and thought, how can I make this at home? Well, in this edition of The Biz, we visit Prime 29, a restaurant here in West Bloomfield specializing in steaks, and they let us in on the secrets on just how you can make the same quality dishes right in your kitchen. A contemporary steak and seafood house, Prime 29 opened its doors in July of 2012.
We understand that nowadays it's really, truly important what we are feeding ourselves. And we believe that the best investment that you can make for yourself is what you invest in your body. And that's why all our product that we serve here are all organic, no antibiotic, hormone-free.
And for Prime 29, it's all in the name.
Prime 29. Prime is because it's prime beef, of course, and 29 is the amount of days that we age our beef. What the aging does, it breaks down the enzymes of the beef, and what that does gives it more tenderness and more richness to the beef. So when you're aging the beef, it becomes more tender and it really enhances the flavor. And that's what you're truly looking at beef.
Although the restaurant is known for its hand-picked beef, they cater to all appetites.
Every day we have what we call a fisherman's recommendation, that we have a fresh fish every day here that you can enjoy, besides all the wonderful fish and all the other seafood that we serve here. But we don't stop there. By seeing contemporary steakhouses, we are not trying to follow everybody's path. We're kind of trying to make our own trail. We'll soon start also a vegan menu. So what we're trying to do is we're really trying to give the area a restaurant that they'll be proud of.
If you're looking to replicate that restaurant quality taste right in your kitchen, Leedy fills us in on the basics to get you started.
I know that there is places where you can actually buy dry aged beef. I highly recommend that. Dry aging, again, as I said, really enhances the flavor of the beef and the tenderness. It really depends on your personal flavor. If you like something with a little bit more marbleization, I'll go with a New York strip or a ribeye. If you like something with less marbleization and more tenderness, I would go with a filet. Not that the New York strip and the ribeye doesn't have tenderness, but when you're talking about marbleization, you're talking about natural fat in the beef. And what that happens, sometimes you can encounter that while you're enjoying the steak, and some people love that. Some people tend to stay away from it and just order a simple tenderloin, a simple filet mignon. We do have a dry rub here that we use at the restaurant. That is our chef's dry rub that she uses for all the steaks. It's not very offensive, but it complements the steak beautifully. And what the dry rub does, besides giving it a beautiful char on the outside, it actually keeps all the juices inside from coming out of the steak. So our steak is beautifully juicy inside with a very nice char on the outside. And the spices can be of your choice, and you need a little bit of experimentation with that to really find the spice combination that fits you best.
Once you've selected your steak, the next step is planning your cook time. And if you're the type of person that prefers your steak to be, well, a little more on the well side, to preserve that tenderness, you should plan on a longer cook time.
Another good way of preparing a steak that is maybe a higher temperature, but you want to keep the tenderness. You want to do it more slowly, so that the steak doesn't really get burned, but it's an even, equal heat throughout the steak.
And regardless of the temperature preference, Leedy says there is one thing you should never, ever do while cooking your steak.
Please do not touch the steak while you're cooking the steak. Do not stick your fork or anything like that. That's what happens. You stick a fork, all the juices come inside. The steak dries out very quickly, because now when you're creating that type of aeration and when you're allowing stuff to come out, of course you're allowing stuff to come in. So heat comes in and dries out the steak sooner. So do not stick a fork. Please try your best after a few experimental steaks to just by touching the steak to fill it to the temperature that you want the steak to be. So that is another recommendation. Never poke a steak.
If this didn't answer all of your culinary questions that you had about cooking that perfect steak from home, don't worry. Prime 29 has an answer for that too.
We do get asked many times about how you can make the best steak at home. We're actually just asked about that question because we have a Facebook page where we post every Tuesday, Ask the Chef.
And of course, if that all just seems like too much work for you, Prime 29 is open 7 days a week. For Civic Center TV, I'm Emmy Lucas, and that's your biz.